Hey neighbor, Greg here with growhouse.com. Today we're in the greenhouse and we're going to be talking about strawberries. 2 weeks ago we took these tips and we put them in pot medium to propagate these strawberries. 75,000. It took us 2 long hard days. And we've been babysitting these strawberries here and they're looking pretty good. But last Saturday I made a rookie mistake and we like to have lost our strawberries, and it was all due to watering issues or irrigation timing. Now with these strawberries, we take these tips and we push them into this potting medium right here and we grow out the roots here, and that's the way we get a plug. These things are finicky to grow, and that's the reason we have to use a really controlled environment. We have to water them correctly. Everything's just got to be perfect. So when we stick these tips into this potting medium right here, they have to be misted every 5 minutes or you can get damage. You do that for 3 days and you start weaning them off the water after that, because we start getting a few little roots after 3 days. And what happened was Saturday, I got a little too ambitious and I was wanting to wean them off the water a little bit more than I should. Now we know keeping plants too wet can cause disease issues as far as Pythium and Rhizoctonia, and I was just scared to death that was going to happen. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to wean them off as much as I could. So I made the rookie mistake of trying to do it too quick. As of Saturday, we would got to a 3-hour minimum run in between irrigation. So we would head back, we had weaned them real quickly, all the way from every 5 minutes to every 3 hours. Trying to keep the water in these trays. We want to keep it moist, but not too wet. And that was way too much. I came out here Saturday afternoon, thankfully, about 2 o'clock. And I seen they were bad dry. So we all come together and we got everything wet down real quick, but we got some damage. And I'll show you what the damage looks like. You see this right here? That right there is from getting them too dry. See the margins of that leaves there, how it curled up right there? That's it. We had really good looking foliage and we was holding all of our foliage from these tips when we stuck them. And then we got this damage here right after they got way too dry. So we reevaluated our irrigation schedule. We brought it back down some and try not to be so aggressive about weaning them off. But I want to show you what these tips have done in just 2 weeks. Now this is 2 weeks to today. This is 14 days since that tip has been pushed into this potting medium right here. And look at that. You can pull that plant after 14 days. Now I don't know about you guys, but that is purely amazing to me. Look at all those white healthy roots right there. Now our goal is to have these things to pull out real good so they all pull well and pull all the root ball out, so when we get ready to ship them to you. And that's going to take a little bit more time. We hope to start pre-selling these at the end of September because we feel pretty good about our crop. The last thing I want to do is pre-sell a strawberry and not feel comfortable we're going to grow off a nice healthy plant. So far looking pretty good. Maybe we won't make no more mistakes and have anything jump on us. That right there in 14 days is pretty awesome. 2 to 3 more weeks, we should have them growed in so they pull all really good and they ship well, so that you get them, you'll have a nice, healthy, intact strawberry plug. Now strawberries are notorious for disease problems, and that's our biggest obstacle, is trying to grow a disease-free strawberry plant. One reason I think we're going to be super successful at this is because we control the environment, the water, we control everything in this automated greenhouse right here. Now, when we spray our fungicides, and we've already started doing that, we use a boom, this boom right here, that actually puts the spray out there at about 10 gallons. We can spray this entire greenhouse, automated. And then if we need to do another application where we have to use more of a drink situation, we can use this boom right here and it puts out more water. This boom is the one we also use for our irrigation, so we can push that water into the plant. And here's the neat thing. This Cherry Creek irrigation system right here has this monitor up here, and we can set it to irrigate anytime we want it to and however many intervals we want to in a day without necessarily having to be here. Another thing is we have to make sure that these foliage on these strawberry plants are dry going to bed at night. So when it gets dark, we want this foliage dried out. So we don't want to irrigate anytime right before it goes dark, because extended leaf wetness, 12, 14, 16 hours, can cause disease problems. So we want to put them to bed at night nice and dry. Now half of this greenhouse is Comarosa variety, the other half is Ruby June. And you know what? I just love growing these plants. I don't know what it is about growing in the greenhouse. I think it's because it's so quick, things happen, it just makes it so interesting to me. And how you can take a stick and stick it in some potting soil and have that right there in 2 weeks just blows me away. But it's something that we have been out here 2 to 3 times a day, every day for the last 14 days, monitoring the wetness right there of that, the wetness of the top, also applying fungicide applications to making sure everything is as it should be. This is our first years, and hopefully we won't make no more rookie mistakes, and we're gonna have some pretty healthy strawberry plants.